Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com. Today we're going to be talking about where to place your feet when you're bench pressing. What's the optimal spot so that we can keep hip tension and proper leg drive. This is a question that many lifters ask themselves. Do I actually have my feet in a good position? I get asked this question quite often because lifters just aren't sure if where they're placing their feet is optimal. Well, I'll tell you one major thing that I see with lifters, especially feet flat, what we talk about here, is that they bring their feet back too much. They bring their feet back into a position where they can no longer actively create leg drive.
So you're in this scenario here where you're so far tucked back that your ability to put force this way is very hindered. So you can only really hold that position. So you can stay tight, but you're not really going to get that push back.
More of a position, kind of like toes back in some regards. If you tuck your feet too much, you kind of lose that ability to push away on the floor. And it's really just a placeholder for your positioning because you're in a tight, jammed up position. We're talking about passive versus active tension here. If you put yourself in so much passive tension just by how you bring your feet back, right, then you're not going to be able to actively drive out, push back, and use your hips to create leg drive. So what we can do in this scenario, real simple, we'll just have the lift to bring your foot forward a little bit. And or we'll end up opening up the knee a little bit so that you can bring your feet out a little bit wider as well. Open up that base and have more stability there.
Just drive knees out. Knees out, harder. Now squeeze the hips. Then you push back like that. So you'll have to work that a bit more. You'll have to play around with it, but you were just too far back. So now just push back in the knee. Like you want to slide off the bench. Don't worry about your hips come up, just push back. Slide back, yeah. So that's what you want. You just need good traction on both ends.
So again, the correction, if you have your feet placed so far back that you feel like you can't drive your knees open and get any hip tension and or really put force into the floor to push back on the pad, that's the key, pushing back, not just down. All we need to do in that scenario, again, bring the feet forward a little bit, maybe out just a tad, and then now you're going to be in a position where you can create a lot of active tension. You're going to be able to actively drive your knees out. You're going to feel that hip tension. You're going to be able to fire back on the pad much more efficiently. All right, so quick correction there. Make sure that you're not putting yourself in a position where you're jammed up with your footing. Coach Ben here. You know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can subscribe to the channel over here. You can check out a video related on the topic over here, and then you can check out our most recent video down below. And then in the description box down below, you can also find links for our membership plan and our online coaching program.